Good evening. In this week's Sidra of VaEtchanan, we review the giving of the Torah, the Ten Commandments, the standing at Har Sinai, Mount Sinai, and Moshe is reminding the people of the tremendously powerful and, in fact, tremendously intimidating atmosphere that was created. He says to them, you were standing at the foot of the mountain, V'hahar bo'er ba'esh ad lev hashamayim. The fire is burning on the mountain until the heart of heaven. VaEtchanan va'arafel, and there's the cloud and dense darkness. Imagine you're at night in the desert with millions of other people, and all you can see is this flaming mountain with these tremendous flames that go all the way up to heaven. It's a powerful lesson about the impact, about the importance of creating an atmosphere and an ambiance. We can imagine the giving of the Torah being in a beautiful meadow with birds tweeting, a sunny day. Cloud slowly passes overhead. And Hashem says, let me tell you, I am Hashem your God who took you out of Egypt. That's not how it happened. It was intense. It was intensely intense. And one of the things we see is that Torah has to take us out of our comfort zone. The great thing about a comfort zone is that that's where you're comfortable. The terrible thing is that it doesn't take you to the next stage. And the giving of the Torah was all about making an impression on these people, teaching them something that would last not only for their lives. Hashem says, you will learn how to revere Hashem from the giving of the Torah. V'gam et b'neihem yelamedu, and you will teach your children for all future generations. This must be such a powerful experience that it will last in the national consciousness for the rest of time. And so sometimes when we talk about events and even shul service and different things, there are things that are done to create a certain atmosphere, the way we build building. And sometimes people think, well, isn't that a little superficial? About creating the atmosphere. Should we really be thinking so much about the atmosphere we should want to create? What about the content? Well, of course, the content is ultimately what's important. But Hashem's showing us here that it's not just about the content. You need the correct and powerful packaging if you really want this message to be delivered and accepted. That's the first point. The second point we mentioned, it says, Ahar bo'er ba'esh ad lev hashamayim, the mountain is burning with fire until the heart of heaven. And the Kotzker Rebbe asks on that, he says, really? Until the heart of heaven? Does heaven have a heart? And did the fire burn until the heart of heaven? So we tend to take it as hyperbole. The fire was burning really high. No matter how high up you looked, the fire was going all the way up. But the Kotzker says, no, that's not what it means, lev hashamayim. The heart of heaven means, he says, that it made such an impression on every single person there. Every person was filled with such an awe and such a reverence. He says that their heart became a heavenly heart. Their heart became a heart of heaven. And every person who stood there at Mount Sinai changed him as a person. His heart became a place where Hashem now had a home. So those are two ideas. The first one, that the Mount Sinai was this powerful experience. The second one is that the heart of heaven was the real goal. Not that the fires would go up into the sky, but that the impression should be left in our hearts. One final point is that actually the Midrash tells us that this giving of the Torah, with all of the power and all of the ceremony about it, all of the grandeur, was ultimately unsuccessful. 40 days later, they're worshipping the golden calf. The second giving of the Torah, which was done in more of a calm way, which was done in a more restrained way, that's the one that lasted. That was on Yom Kippur incident. That's the one that lasted. And yet, Hashem knew this in advance. Our sages learned from there that pomp and ceremony is not always such a good thing. Ein davar yafa min hatzniut. It's good to do things in a low-key, subtle way. And yet Hashem understood this, and he still gave the Torah the first way. And I think one of the ideas is they needed that impression. Yes, there is a price to pay sometimes for grandeur and high profile, but sometimes that's the only way to achieve what you need to achieve. Shabbat Shalom.